Hi, my name is Tanya and welcome to my small backyard vegetable garden here in central Victoria. Well, I'm not sure about where you live, but winter has arrived here in central Victoria. We have a top of 6 degrees today with a feels like temperature of 1 degrees. I think it's the perfect day to get out and do some physical work in the garden. I love to just rug up and get out, even if it's raining, push through and get some things done, and then you feel so much warmer. And we are expecting a fair bit of rain, and I finished off the 4th garden bed, so the topsoil from this path has been scalped off the top to put in the garden bed or on top of the garden bed, and there has been sort of a rubbly mix of dirt that's been put back for a pathway so it doesn't end up a real mess. This is Hunter's favorite place to sit. I am very keen to get the bark down so that he is not laying in mud, which he likes to do. So that is a job I have been keen to get out and get done, get this all sorted, and at least empty out some bins of bark chip that have been sitting there for a while now. I bought this back when I first got the garden beds. I've got it over the other side between the other 2 garden beds. I'm not overly happy. It's probably not the bark chip that I would have chose to buy, but I'm going to use it because I have it. It will break down and I can then get something else. This was originally going to go into the garden bed, and then I changed my mind. We had a fair bit of half composted cuttings from the garden and everything, so ended up using those and decided to use this for the path. I'm not sure what I'll use into the future, whether it'll be bark or I may just keep going with the pea straw. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, this will save the mud from tracking through everywhere. I can get my pots set up at the end here. For now, everything I can get sort of organized because everything's been pushed everywhere. So it'll be good to organize the pots so they're not all in the pathways. Have them all in one spot, and I'm also using up the last of my terracotta edging around some of the beds. Just having a general tidy up. When you're working on projects in the garden, things can feel a little unorganized at times. You sort of just get them back organized and then you start working on something different. So it's always good to have that tidy up of things, and then you can find what you're looking for, put buckets back. So I'm looking forward to just getting that done this afternoon while I have a little bit of time. They are forecasting rain later on, so I'm just getting done what I can get done, and it is one step closer to getting things ticked off my list. I find winter is just a time for maintenance, picking what you've already sown. Although I do have a few things that are going to be going in late, I find that working on projects in winter are the most satisfying. Getting ready for spring, summer, tidying up beds, making changes if you want to make changes to things, really giving everything a good mulch, especially perennial beds. You can get in and get things cut back. I'm also very keen to empty my compost bins and set them up properly because there was one put there, then I slowly added another and another without even placing them properly. So I will be looking forward to getting them emptied, and then I can set them up properly where they are now. To do that, I really need to get into my perennial garden bed, which is right behind me. It has the apple trees in it. There's a fair few changes I want to make there. I have to think about things before I start on them. So I sort of know what I want to get done, and it's just going to be a list of different things, ticking them off when I have time. We're all busy, and I find that it can be overwhelming if you're thinking about projects. If you just think of them in bite-size jobs, then it doesn't seem as overwhelming. But I've also been to you know where and found some markdowns. I mean, 50 cents. Would you leave them there? I didn't. I bought a whole tray of purple sprouting broccoli in these advanced sizes. I kept 6. I left 6 with my mum, so she is going to put some in. And then I had some seedlings that I was wanting. More rainbow chard because my seed snails are growing quite slow. I got some kohlrabi. and some celeriac and celery. But these are the seed snails. The red bok choy have come up and they are looking so cute. Got some leeks, they're quite late. The rainbow chard is going very slowly, but we will persist. And I've got green bok choy as well. The turnips, cornflowers, lobelia, and I got 3 pansies out of that whole packet of 20 seeds. So I still have a lot of planting to go, and I have to think about where I'm going to be putting my tomatoes so I can plan for these things to go in. Now, I'm returning this table to my back veranda. I brought it up here when I had a lot of seed snails on the go. So houseplants, when they come out the back veranda to rest, they were put on every flat surface. So I need to get this back down there so we can organize the back veranda. So I'm very happy to get that back down there and organize the plants.